Something's just wrong here.
What? Hello, welcome to Tea and Toast Extra. Greg, what's going on?
I don't know, I feel like I'm in the small world.
Oh, you know what it is? The wheels.
Oh, we've put wheels on, haven't we?
Put wheels on the desk.
We've got a touring studio now, haven't we?
Wheels on the desk go round and round, round and round. Anyway, coming up on today's show, we're talking about classic movie posters.
So welcome to Tea and Toast.
I'm not doing the whole show like this, Greg.
You've done it, haven't you?
There's something wrong with my chair.
Well, is it not as... Is that as high as it goes?
I can't get it to go up. Oh, I've done it.
Have you?
Yeah. Anyway, you may be wondering what this is for. The second camera. The second camera is so that we can show you the book that we're talking about today.
That's our James Bond version of the show.
The book that we're talking about today and classic movie posters.
I've been asking you to do this for months, haven't I?
Yes.
And you've just finally decided to do it now?
Yes.
Is there any particular reason for that?
I managed to clear all of the stuff out of the way of the bookshelf that had this book on it. Movie posters aren't what they used to be, are they, Greg?
Well, they're not used as much, are they now?
And they just don't look like they used to look like, and there's a big reason for that, and it's mainly down to one man. Not you, not me, but a man called Drew Struzan, Greg.
Oh, good old Drew.
Who is the man behind many of the famous posters from the 80s and 90s that we all know and love. The Goonies, Superman, Star Wars, all of those posters, Greg. Drew Struzan painted them.
Painted them?
Yeah. And this book here, which has a French name, Oeuvre.
No, it's on there, look.
Book of Drew Struzan's posters.
Yeah.
Contains many of those classic posters, and I thought that we would revisit some of that artwork. That's why that camera's there, so that they can see what we can see in the book.
As opposed to just holding it up.
Yeah, because that never works, does it? Shall we start, Greg?
Let's.
Here's the first set of posters, Greg, that will be very familiar to lots of people that Drew Struzan painted.
Go on then.
Indiana Jones and the... He did all of them.
Follow-ons.
Yeah. So, here is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom without any of the writing that was put on later. You can see it because I'm going to cut to that camera now. There you go.
Can we just mention this bad paintwork here that no one ever gets to see?
Yeah, that you did.
But... Oh.
Anyway, that is the Temple of Doom. This one was... No, that's Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is the Temple of Doom. Fantastic artwork, isn't it, Greg?
It is, yes.
Last Crusade, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was the most recent one of the Indiana Jones films.
He's doing another one, isn't he?
Apparently so, yes.
In fact, Spielberg said he could go on for another 2 or 3 films.
Is it called Indiana Jones and the Golden Zimmer Frame?
You know we don't do jokes on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Calm yourself down.
But the reason that I've brought this book, Greg, is that you may know that I have a bit of a thing for big box VHS. They may not know that.
Well, if they didn't know that, I'll tell them. Jason's got a bit of a thing for big box VHS videos.
And one of the reasons that I've got a bit of a thing for big box VHS videos is the artwork on those videos. And much of that artwork was created by Drew Struzan, the man behind all of the classic posters.
You know, in your opening segment when you said about we don't, no one cares as much now. I think it's because we didn't say that, but you know what I mean. I think it's because what are you looking at that for?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, in the opening bit, you said they don't do it as much now.
The artwork, the posters. Yeah.
Well, that's what we're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about ballet, was I?
I don't know.
Right. Can I go back to it now? Yeah. I think the main point was it's the videos, not so much the poster outside the cinema. It was when it came out in the video, that's when people remember it the most.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
You might have a point, because as a kid I didn't go to the cinema all that often. But I did go to the video shop twice a week.
You didn't go to the cinema very often?
We've already had this conversation about how we didn't have a cinema in my little town.
Oh yeah, I remember now. But I used to go every day.
Yeah, of course you did. That is the Indiana Jones artwork, Greg. I'm going to flick through this book, find another one, Whilst there's a test card or something on the screen there.
A test card? You want that one that goes that cheesy music coming on? I like it. I'm going to have a dance to it now. Now, I feel we've spoken about this film a lot lately. You know what I mean?
A lot, yeah.
And it just so happens it's in this book as well, isn't it? But it is really genuine. This is going back to the video thing. This was such a puller for me to go and get it off the shelf in the video shop because of the cover. And it was He-Man, of course.
He-Man,
Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe. Look at that artwork. I mean, I wonder how many hours it would take to paint one of these. Well, I mean, if it were me, it'd be about half an hour, but it wouldn't look anything like that.
Stickman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this film next to it, Greg, as soon as we've got it open on this page, I would give you £100 if you could tell me what that film is now.
That film is the... Just give me the first letter. Judge Dredd?
No.
What is it?
Dreamscape.
Yeah, I knew that. £100. I'm going to introduce this next one, Jason, because I know you can't contain yourself. But we're talking about Back to the Future.
Yes, we are, Greg.
And here's one for you. The posters were brilliant, but 2 was the best, as was the film.
I'm not going to be drawn into this, Greg.
What, because I'm right again?
No.
The Back to the Future posters were brilliant, but 2 was the best one.
Why?
Because it involved both of them. Well, that's it, really. And he looks better in that jacket than the first one.
But here's something you probably never realised before.
And by the way, the third one was a complete waste of time. Should never have been made.
Kind of agree with you a little bit, but not all the way.
This is going to cause uproar.
I know. So, Greg, here's something you might not have...
Don't lean forward into the microphone he's just told me to do.
Here's something you might not...
So?
Here's something you might not have thought about. Back to the Future 1, one person in the poster.
Yeah.
Back to the Future 2, 2 people in the poster. Back to the Future 3, 3 people in the poster.
So you're suggesting if they did a 4?
There'd be 4 people in the poster. But 4's never going to happen, so there you go.
It will never happen, he's already said that. But you know what, when we're dead, it will happen. They will do it. Jason.
When we're dead, that's a cheery thought, everyone. Happy Wednesday morning.
This is Wednesday afternoon, Jason. You didn't get in time to do this on the morning, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't want to know what you like.
So it's almost live today, isn't it? Because we actually recorded it this morning.
This morning. I want nothing to do with this anymore.
Riddle me this.
I don't want nothing to do with it.
Why?
Because I don't get... I can't give hard ones. And when I do give them out there... what are you laughing at? When I do give them out, everyone gets them right correctly, and so you just get on with it.
Well, to be fair, this week's was fairly easy, wasn't it, Greg? Because you got the answer correct last week, and
I did.
Many people have got the answer correct. Let's just remind ourselves of what the riddle was. That was quite professional, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it?
There's nothing in that mug, Greg.
It's just advertising, Jason.
It's been snowing heavily, and Mrs. Thomas looks out into her back garden.
You see my sweat patches?
She sees that there is 3 times as much snow in her garden than that of her neighbour, Mrs. Brown. How can this be possible, Greg?
I got this instantly, so it must have been easy.
Give us the answer then.
Oh, I can't remember. Oh, it's a bigger garden, wasn't it?
Yes.
It's got a bigger garden.
Mrs. Thomas has a garden that is 3 times as big as Mrs. Brown. Therefore, she has 3 times as much snow in her garden.
Of course she does.
I've got a long one for you.
This is filth, this show today.
This week's riddle is called Cheating the Cheater.
Okay, go on then.
Gordon is desperate to join the Magic Circle, but he knows that the devious Lord Slate, his president, has it in for him. He's told to attend a meeting of the Inner Circle where he'll be asked to draw one of 2 marbles from a bag. One of the marbles will be white and the other black. If Gordon draws the white marble, he can join. If he draws the black marble, he'll be excluded for life. The night before the meeting, Gordon hears from his spies in the circle that Lord Slate is going to switch the marbles at the last minute and make them both black. What should Gordon do to make sure he can join?
I've got it.
Really?
Yeah, I think I have, yeah.
What is it?
Well, if I tell you and I've got it right, then I've told everybody that, nice.
Well, you can tell me when I put the whatever is in next in.
Sorry?
What I just said.
I thought you did say that. What did you say?
That was quite a long one, wasn't it, Greg? I'm not going to repeat it.
Don't.
If you would like to hear it again, just use the little slider on the bottom.
We never thought that before, have we?
That's this week's riddle. If you know the answer, please leave it in the comments below. We really do appreciate those people who leave the comments, and well done to all those that got last week's right. Facts for you on a Wednesday, Greg.
Me or you?
No, for them, not.
No, first.
Oh, you go first.
Okay, Hugo.
Hugo.
Okay, Jason. Did you know, Jason? That's true. It took 22 years to build the Taj Mahal. It started in 1631 and ended in 19. That would have been more than that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
In 1653, and there were 20,000 workers to help build it, costing 32 million rupees. I reckon that's more than £150.
I reckon it is.
22 years?
Wow. It's like the Humber Bridge. Didn't that take a long time to build? Not quite as exotic as the Taj Mahal.
How have you gone from the Taj Mahal to a bridge in Hull?
Anyway, Greg.
Yeah, quickly moving on.
If you are ever in Chicago,
Yeah.
do not launch one of your nuclear weapons.
We've got a bit of a twitch here. Watch.
Yeah.
Isn't that typical? You turn away and it happens. Go on.
Do not launch one of your nuclear weapons. There is a fine of $1,000 for launching a nuclear weapon in Chicago. So there you go.
Well, I remember to keep them at home then.
Right, the end of another episode, Greg.
Well, we've had to do it quick today, haven't we?
Yes, because of work commitments. We've only been able to film this today.
Today?
On Wednesday, so it's almost live.
Almost?
Almost live.
We should do a live one again soon.
We will.
We probably won't, will we?
No. Anyway, that's the end of today's show. Hopefully we'll be back on Friday with the Weekly Scoop, and then Saturday with the other show.
And then Monday with the other show.
With the other show. And we'll keep going from there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again on Friday.